Familynestacademy, a place where families are empowered to fulfill their destiny, a place where families can build legacy, a place where families can enjoy a wholesome and fulfilling life. And more.
Hello, welcome back to our family realities behind closed door. And today we'll be talking about important matter that we don't really talk about, but they are all over our faces. They are everywhere in most homes, and we don't know how they really go a long way to affect the atmosphere, the home condition, and emotional states of the home. And what are we talking about today? We are going to talk about those mothers who raise their kids under pressure. Those mothers who raise their children under survival mode. You know, the truth is that I'm not here to say the mothers who work more than the fathers, or that the fathers are not helping out. That is not the essence of this video. The essence of this video is to help the women to analyze the condition in which they raise their kids and understand how it affects the home environment, how it even affects their marriage, how it even affects their partners, okay? And how, most importantly, it affects them. Because we grow up ensuring that everything is in place. We overdo ourselves sometimes. Yes, women. We just want to put everything together. We want everything to be organized. We put all the pressure on us. We want to even carry our partner along. You want to carry your children along. You put pressure on them. But that pressure is emanating from within you because you don't know how to relax. You don't know how to prioritize. Or you feel everything must be done. And immediately calm down. You may be seen as a strong woman, very strong, that you most times forget that softness, that nature God has made you. They may call you a superwoman, right? You pay the bills, you work. Your husband, of course, may work or may not work, but that's not our talk today. You work, you pay the bills, maybe you even run a business, you cook the meals, you make sure that the kids are lacking nothing, but except one thing, taking care of yourself. You know, you will give everyone everything, but give yourself nothing. And you discover that you begin to get emotionally unstable, irritable, agitated, finding fault, and even picking on your husband. As a woman, we need to understand balance. You cannot be everything to everyone. And if you must be relevant and remain relevant, you must understand how to take care of yourself. Okay? I remember growing up, my mom has a business, runs a business, is into tailoring. She goes to a weekly market where she sells her business in another state. She comes back very late and still go. In fact, she's closing that business for the day. She will enter their main market to buy things that she comes back when she comes back that late, that's when she will start hustling to put something and then bring us, okay, everybody, let's cook. The following morning, she's out again. Difficult to really close eyes to some things and even give yourself some rest. Is not a superwoman thing. Is about understanding where you need to strike balance, where you need to catch some rest, where you need to do some reflection, some form of meditation, where you need to think about how better you can do things, getting everyone to do what they need to do without being the pressure they feel and without putting yourself under pressure. Okay, how to take care of yourself, chill, take a warm bath, do exercise, drink adequate fluids, enjoy yourself, eat fruit, vegetable, rest, catch some rest. Because if you don't do these things, you become a burden at a long run. So you may be busy making sure things are working, but you don't understand that it has started influencing your relationship. Because at some point you may begin to feel, oh, you are the only one that does things, that makes sure things are in order. You may begin to resent your family members. You may begin to start faulting them, thinking that they are not supportive enough. But the question is, have you sat down to bring everyone to the table to ask them how and where can we all put our hands together to make sure the family is run well? Family is like a business, and even though you are a CEO in a business, which you as a wife you are not, even if in your business you are a CEO, do you do everything? No. That's why you have staffs. That is why you have designations. That's why you put people in different departments to oversee that every part of the organization is working smoothly. That's what your home is like. There may be a time where your children are still young. You understand. Where is your partner? Partner with your partner. That's why it's partnership. Even if you think he's not helpful, why not sit down, have a conversation, make him understand? Of course, the approach is also important. I'm not saying there are no exceptional cases where men has been raised to be irresponsible. The same thing where some women have been raised to be irresponsible. When that level of challenge comes, then it's another level. You can seek professional counsel. But when is a man who is very flexible, but may lack awareness of what you are going through, or who may not be raised to understand he needs to support in some areas, you are the partner. Bring him in, help him understand. Sometimes we are too bossy and too full of how do I use the word? Maybe we feel we can do all things, that we don't speak out, we don't ask for help. So our husband will assume she's capable, she can handle it. I know my wife. While you are dying inside, it's affecting your home. Survival mode parenting, okay, may make you look like a high functioning individual, but it raises an emotionally wounded adult. You will learn to hustle but never catch rest. You will know how to perform, but you will struggle to receive love or even give love. Because as you are doing things, you feel you are the one doing all the things, you begin to form a resistance in your heart, resentment, anger, bitterness. That even when your partner or your children want to give you love, you may not feel it as love. Dear woman, dear mama, dear boss lady, God did not call you to run in a survival mode. No. God didn't call you just to hustle and struggle to support the man. He called you to be a help, yes, but not to die helping. You need to learn how to be whole, how to be present, and how to enjoy the position of partnership and helpmate, so that you don't take away the responsibility of your husband being the CEO of your family business. You don't take away that strength of the man, making sure that the house is provided and things are done, and the home is run under the leadership of the man as God has proposed it to be. Don't take away the mantle from your husband. Don't take away the leadership position of your husband. Don't take away his pride as the man who provides. You can do all your business. You can support him in every way, but don't position yourself in such a way that you begin to feel that you are the one that does everything, provide for the family. There is this resetting in your brain that it does to every woman when she takes that position of a husband providing and leading the home. You are not called to lead the home. You are called to support your husband and together lead your children. But the man remains the head of the home. Allow him to play that role. Know where to strike your balance. Know when to sit down and ask for help, and give back your husband the mantle that belongs to him, so that he will function effectively. Okay? I will take us through the scripture of Isaiah chapter 40 verse 11 that says, "He will gently lead those who are with young." Let God lead you first, and he will teach you how to mother gently, how to take your proper position, how not to overdo yourself, how not to override. Okay? Because most times when we begin to do things under struggle, under our own power, under our capacity, we lose sight of the support system God has given us, starting first from God himself, our husband, and then our children, even some some friends. There are things you mustn't do that friends, genuine friends, can support. Look around you. Who are the support system God has brought to you? What can each and every member of the family contribute or do to make sure the home is running? Don't be everywhere, because it's not healthy for your family. It's not healthy for you. It's not healthy for your marriage. It's not healthy for your parenting journey. You will begin to traumatize yourself and your children. You begin to be irritable, easily angered, doing things you should, overreacting, which is not helpful for your marriage, your family, and your darling children. So if you were raised by a surviving mother, the truth is that that tendency will be higher. Okay? Or if you are parenting from that place, please calm down and tell yourself today, say, I will heal and I will reconsider. You can put it down in our chat box. And this is me coming to the end of this conversation and reminding you, dear woman, you are too soft and gentle to do all the hustle you hustle. We know that your children must eat. We know that maybe your husband is not supportive enough. or maybe you have lost sight of that support that he's willing to give, even though he may not know it. But like we said today, you can bring him on and give him back his mantle and show him and ask him to please. You need him to take his position. You cannot handle it. Be the wife beside him, rubbing his back, speaking wisdom into his life, into his ears, laying hands on him and praying for God's strength so that he function in his capacity and position, and you function in your own capacity and position, and the home will be as the Lord desires it. Remember, we are still from Familynestacademy, and I am your dear host, Princess Francisca Obi-Chineze, founder of Familynestacademy, and I appreciate every moment I have to be a blessing to your family. Remember to subscribe and share to other loved ones and families you know, that we may raise families after God's own heart, families that will fulfill their purpose and leave a legacy. Do have a lovely day and see you next time in our next series. Bye.